Hi, I'm Ben from Rhinomax campus, and today we're doing a short video on one of my favourite things, coffee. When you're out on the road, it can be difficult to get a good reliable source of caffeine early in the morning. There's a variety of ways of doing it. You can plug a pod machine in and do it that way. Personally, I think that it's a lot more enjoyable and a lot tastier to make your own coffee, and it's a lot simpler than you might think. So you can see on the bench behind me here, I've got a little coffee grinder here, a cheap one. We've got a Turkish stovetop espresso here, which will actually produce the espresso for you. And then we've got a pressure vessel here, which actually allows you to steam your own wand, or just using the stovetop here. So as you can see, cheap, easy equipment. You can just chuck it in your van, and whenever you want to make yourself a coffee, you can. So the first and arguably most important thing is the coffee beans. So you might not realise that the best place to actually store your coffee beans to keep them fresh is in the freezer, and that's because there's no moisture in the freezer. If you keep it in a little locked bag like this, then you can keep your beans whole and only grind them when you use them, so they'll stay extra fresh. So you can just pick up your beans at different local roasteries while you're on your trip, on your holidays, and try all the different blends that are out there. To grind up your coffee beans, use a little coffee grinder like this, which has a very small power drawer. You can plug it into your van and just run it off the onboard inverter. So just take the top off, pour in some coffee beans. You don't need to get too many. Pop the lid on, give it a bit of a swirl. There's a bit of an art to it. You don't want to go too fine. You'll kind of learn what the best is over time, but just give it a few buzzes, and then once it's relatively fine like this, then that's good to go. Once you've ground your coffee beans, you want to put them inside the Turkish espresso. So you take the top off, the bottom half gets filled with water, and then you pour your coffee beans into here. And you want to, compress it down slightly. You don't want to go too hard with it. And then pop that on the top there. And screw this top on here. Now it's ready to be put on the stove. And you can just leave that there to boil. When the water boils in the bottom, it builds up pressure and it'll shoot up, and it'll make espresso, and the top compartment here will be filled with espresso. While that's going, you want to get the pressure vessel ready for steaming your milk. So we'll also put that on the second burner here and turn that up. Similar to the Turkish espresso, this unit here is just filled with water. It'll build up pressure inside, and then you can release the pressure here via the steam one. So we'll just wait for those both to boil. And while we're waiting for that, we'll get the milk out of the fridge. Fill up our milk jug. Now we just wait for those to boil. So the Turkish espresso is now finished, so you just lift the lid up. You can see the espresso's in there waiting. So I'll just leave it in there for a little while this builds up to pressure. We're not far off now. Alright, so now we've built up some pressure in here. We're going to steam our milk. So get your milk jug, put it underneath, and just submerge the tip slightly, it doesn't need to be deep, and then start to release the pressure. If you aerate the milk slightly by bringing it just to the surface like that, you let some air in, that'll make nice creamy milk for either a latte or a cappuccino. If you just like flat whites, then you can just submerge it the whole time, and this will warm the milk up. Basically, if you hold your hands on the outside of the jug here, when it becomes a little bit too hot to touch, you want to keep going for about another 5 to 10 seconds, and then that should be, decent temperature, probably around 60, 65 degrees. But you can do it to your own temperature as well. So it's warm now, but it's still very comfortable for me to touch. It's getting hot now. Let's get uncomfortable to touch now, so it's probably about 50 degrees, 55 degrees. And keep going. Normally you're looking for about 65 to 70 degrees. So I'll probably stop it at that, so I don't like mine too hot. Take that out, just give the steam on a little bit of a wipe. Turn off the stove and get the mugs out of the pantry. So first you want to pour the espresso into the mugs. So hopefully I've made enough for two here. Smells beautiful. There you go. Now I've got the milk jug. Give it a bit of a swirl. There you go, look how creamy that milk is. Silky smooth. Pour that in there. Get some film milk on the top there if you want to have a latte, or if you wanted to make a flat white, you can just use a knife, hold back the froth so that you just get the warm milk coming out. And there you go, 2 fresh coffees. Cheers. So that was our quick instructional video on how to make yourself an espresso in the morning while camping without having to use any fancy espresso pod machines or anything like that. Took us about 5 to 10 minutes, basically just using the stovetop here on our camper van. As you practice, you'll get better at it. A few things to note, that you might want to play around with. There's a lot of different coffee beans that'll have different strengths and flavors. How finely you grind the coffee beans will change the flavor as well, so you play around with that. And then also the milk is a bit of a skill as well. So, the longer you've done it, the smoother and creamier the milk will be. I was a barista for 4 years, so obviously mine's turned out decent, but don't beat yourself up about it. Just start with a flat white if you want to. That's a lot easier. So thanks for watching, guys. That's my short video. Hope you all enjoyed it.